afternoon, good evening. It's a little pipsqueak. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. If you have just joined us, this is Planecaster about 11:53 here at Bristol Airport, and we've just set up. It's very blustery, as you can probably hear. Just trying to keep the volume down a little bit there so you can hear me. Plenty of arrivals and departures to bring you today. The first of which I can see in the background. So let's get on with it, shall we? Haven't yet balanced the camera, which I shall do after this. That keenness to get going always gets me. Blustery old common up here today, and let's see how the planes are handling it. Just like Friday, I imagine, wonderfully. Better than the cameraman, maybe, it might be said. Right, I'll get to the chat and everything in a moment. We're on a couple of new platforms today. We're doing a trial for it, so if you're seeing us on Twitter today, hello. If you're seeing us on Facebook Live or Twitch, hello to you. We won't see your chat messages today, I'm afraid. We will only see your chat messages on YouTube. So if you'd like to get involved, get over to YouTube, press the subscribe button, and you'll be able to chat to us. A little bit of sign of crosswind there, but handled wonderfully, as we'd expect. Okay guys, I'm just going to balance the camera, and then I'll have a look at the chat. There we are. Let's get a shot of that beautiful Tui. Quite a lot of growth that we see on the hedges, and certainly where I'm standing here on the common every week, so it makes quite a difference to what we're able to see from here now. You can see that departure heading out there. Good morning, BA Videos. Welcome along. Hope you find you well today. It's just about morning, isn't it? It's because I'm early. It's an absolute shock to everybody. I did think I was going to be late. I actually was under that impression. I thought I'm going to be late again, but worked out all right today. Thank goodness for that. Quite bright today, as you can probably see from the images. We'll try and keep them adjusted for you. Another arrival coming in. So we have Malaga to Bristol, and that departure that's waiting is off to Edinburgh. There's a little light aviation action for you early in the show. Wonderful day for it, or if not a little bit windy. You can certainly feel it all up there, that's for sure. You can certainly tell how windy it is because the plane off of the centre line quite considerably by the time it got to me there. It's that kind of mediocre greyish that the camera doesn't like. There you go. It's not grey, is it? It's blue, but it's a combination of clouds and everything. It doesn't always handle that very well on a very long zoom. Looking at the inbound Malaga service. Sorry folks, sorry, that is the wind catching the camera there. Tiny little float there, and they're down. Pretty sure the confirmation of the wind that you need you can probably hear, but you can also see it in the form of the sock flapping wildly there. I imagine at higher altitudes that may have been quite fun. Looks like a departure for us next to Edinburgh. We'll get some information up on your screen as soon as we can. autofocus. As ever, more adjustments I need to make. So that we can get up higher when we need to. That's good. I think we've got a few seconds now to show you the arrivals today. And while I do that, just make a small adjustment here to the setup. Wonderful, there we are. So the vision problems that we were experiencing on Friday came down to an encoder which was on its way out, and it did, after I got home, put it through its test, taught it a damn good lesson, gave it a damn good thrashing. It did meet an end, not because of me, I hasten to add. So that was the particular problem there. We've replaced it, and hopefully, I mean, I'm looking at pictures now, they look fine. We have had to reduce our bit rate a little bit, but we've kept our frame rate up high because it gives you a great kind of streaming experience. I'm not a fan of the 25 frames a second or 30 frames a second on the streaming. I just don't think it looks as smooth. Having said that, we can't do that at the expense of what was happening Friday, because that's just ridiculous. Hello Doris Petzas, nice to have your company again. I think did you join us for the first time on Friday? I remember the name. I think I remember the name. Welcome to a blustery Bristol. Looks like the Ibiza service is the next one in. Hello Ruben Corbett. Wind, 50 degrees, 18 knots. Okay, as you can see there as well, I still haven't balanced this camera well, have I? Blimey, back a bit. Let's try that. The wind is kind of adding to the fun today. I'm like a massive sail. The screen I have on top of the camera. We can definitely feel that wind here on the common, Ruben, I can tell you that much. I can see Alicante to Bristol in over Devon at the moment, just gone to the north west of Exeter. Quite a lot going on today at this particular time. Although of course at the moment we're in a little bit of a quiet spot, but that's fine. That's fine. Windy in Bristol. Yes it is, Keith. Yes it is. Or Dad, I should say. It's a beautiful day, but it's blustery, and the wind is not coming from a warm place, and I don't say that philosophically, but it rather in the literal term. It is quite chilly. I got a body warmer on, gilet, and I still got pretty cold arms, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm in bright sunshine, but that's the way it is. We suffer for our art, don't we? There's the windsock, giving it almighty there. as well as nothing to see, I'm just... that's better. Constant adjustments we're making all the time to the camera. I want to make sure I've not made anything worse than it was when we started. So 09 operations this week, again, as it was on Friday. It's really bouncing around in the wind, isn't it? Sorry, folks. I suppose if you were to ask me, I would always prefer the westerly operations because I absolutely love catching them coming over our shoulder on landing. However, we get the long shots here and we get the great takeoffs over our head, and we get them very close, especially today because they're being blown in our direction by this... Now I think about it, perhaps that wind isn't kind of blowing them in that direction. Certainly that general aviation that took off came kind of over our way. Now I think that's really weird actually looking at that. That just shows how kind of swirly it is because that is not the angle I'm getting the wind from in relation to here. That's not how it feels anyway. So have you been following Twitter, folks? Have you been following Twitter and actually seen that situation where I think it was an Airbus 321 coming in for landing somewhere east, and the guy opens the door. The guy opens the door when they're like, I think, what did they say, 200 feet away from landing? What is that? What is that? The video has to be seen. It really does. You can find that in lots of different places on the net. Hello, John Holdaway. Hi all, chilly but nice. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's not raining, is it? That would be my absolute nightmare, not for me, but for the equipment. But all is good at the moment. Puffy clouds in the sky. Keeping an eye out for the odd trails as well. Let's have a look here. There's something up there. Visibility not so great for that one, but that's a pair again, isn't it? Or that's not one aircraft, two engines, is it? Of course, the plane spotting community and the wider community have just been loving the sight of those, and bemused by, and confused by the sight of the 5 or 6 trails we saw the other day, going across the skies. 2 days ago, this was Saturday, wasn't it? Going across the skies of Bristol. It's absolutely amazing. And the theory is they were F-35s returning from a mission somewhere. But it was a very vivid sight in the sky. If you didn't see that, have a look at my shorts as I posted one of them up. Crikey. Crikey, crikey on the blusteriness. Let's bring it down a bit. Right, I'm just going to post a couple of links while we're doing this at the moment. While we've got a quiet spot, if you don't mind, bear with me. I am now the social media department, of course, as well as every other department. any of the data pop-ups you see on the screen, or you're about to see as we bring various planes coming in for landing today, the data on those is courtesy of our good friends at Radar Box. I want to say thank you very much to them, and I highly recommend get your hands on the Radar Box app. It's free to download from your favourite app store, and it's a very, very capable app. I think you'll be surprised by the things you can do on there that are a little bit different to some of the more, I suppose, established / obvious players that we would use as plane spotters. Very quiet skies above me at the moment. I'm doing my best to keep an eye on the screen and the quality of the picture, but if anybody can give me any feedback on that over the course of the show, that would be very appreciated, because it's eyes in the back of the head territory doing this. I think the next thing we're going to see coming in is 737-800, that's for sure. And that'll be the Alicante service. Sorry folks, sensory overload of all the information I've got in front of me. I say big thanks to John Holdaway as well for the help you've given us with looking at locations and things. I have replied back to your email, but thank you very much indeed. Really, really appreciate it. It's a very nice thing to do. Thank you. So if you've just joined us, we are Planecaster, live streams from Bristol Airport every Friday. We are just waiting, this is a bonus stream obviously on this Monday. We are just waiting for the next arrival, which we'll bring to you, and of course there will be some departures. Everybody's beavering around busily at the airport here, getting the planes you can see there. There's a few behind the hedge there as well, behind the bush, sorry, to be coming out. All of that coming your way this afternoon. And we've got this one on approach now, so let's bring it to you. The wind, honestly, challenging today. Challenging for the cameraman, and the pilots are not even blinking twice. NJet Videos, good afternoon. And John Holdaway says, picture's good at the moment. That's great, John, thank you. On about a 4-mile final, that's good. A bit nearer now, though. That's a reflection, by the way, of the delay that we introduced. Maybe a little bit bouncy, but brilliantly down as ever. Jet 2 there. Got a just going to see if we can bring down the levels of white on there. Just 1 second, thanks. Just trying to see if we can improve this visual effect for you. You've got various manual controls, but they're not giving me what I need today, I don't think. Arrival for you. Let's catch that. Let's bring that to you now here at Planecaster. Sorry about the wind noise, sorry about the shaky camera. It's all to do with the wind, unfortunately. Like a massive sail on top of this clump of land that we're on. Breeze 147, love the fact files. I think you're talking about, I imagine you're talking about the pop-ups that come up. Great, thank you, appreciate that feedback. Been working hard to try and make things, you know, just a little bit more interesting than just the pictures. That's something I've always been interested in doing for Planecaster. It's something I'm capable of doing in my world of being a programmer. So the idea of bringing stuff together, two passions, is always very attractive. Tricky to get it working, to be honest with you, but it's lovely to hear you comment on it. Thank you very much. Thank you. As I was alluding to earlier, there is a small delay which we introduced on the request of the airport, and if it doesn't quite tie up with your flight radar, that will be the reason for it, and it will also be the reason that I appear to take forever to answer your chat messages, and I must apologise. It isn't me on this occasion, it's actually the delay. I see your messages straight away and I respond to them straight away, but you don't see that response for a minute or so. Lovely. The wind not presenting any challenges for that Ryanair arrival. grab your registration there. Apparently we can't. Goes by the name of unregistered. Shocking. Thanks for your company today, by the way. I know there's lots of us probably on this bank holiday Monday in various places across the UK and wider in more glamorous spots around the world. So thank you for joining us here at Bristol. It means the world to have your company. It's wind, honestly. Next arrival will be the Naples service, and that is a 737-800. It is not, sorry, it's a 737 MAX 8, I should say, with TUI. That's turning on to approach now. We'll catch that for you in a second. Also looks like the Faro inbound Jet 2 service is not too far away. We have little light aircraft in the area as well. I'm not sure if we'll see that do some circuits. And I can see others on their way to us. This one is quite a way out, so we may not get a particularly good lock on this for the initial period, but let's have a go. Even I've lost it visually now, got no hope, have we? It's below these pancake, yeah, I think. Is it that one? Oh, sorry folks, it's here somewhere. There's a lower grey level of cloud there. Yeah, it's disappeared now for a minute actually, no wonder I can't see it. Very easy to forget how far we're zooming in when we're at this end of the runway on the approaching aircraft. They are probably just turning over the coast, the Western Supermare. So if you know the area, you'll know that I am trying to stretch the camera's skills a little bit of a distance there. But there we are, there it is. Let's try and stabilise the camera there for a moment, if the wind will allow me. Come on. 737 MAX 8 this is in from Naples with TUI. Don't know if EasyJet still serve Naples, do they? That's an interesting crossover between the two. I've been to Naples a couple of times with TUI from Bristol. Sorry, with EasyJet from Bristol. I didn't know TUI did it, but I presume it's all part of a package tour offering. What a city. What a city Naples is. Folks, if the wind noise is too much, let me know. I am monitoring the sound and I'm monitoring the kind of balance between me and the outside world, but it sounds okay to me, but I know how annoying the wind fluff can be on the mic, so let me know if you need it turned down. Thank you, NJet Videos, comments about the pop-ups, really appreciate that, thank you. A lot of work for a long time. Finally we're getting it off the ground. I mean, there is an irony, isn't there, to the fact that that enormous plane seems to be affected far less by the wind than we are. than we are. Never mind. We'll get used to it. There's your 737 MAX 8 from TUI, just arrived from Naples. Quite a well stacked airport at the moment, so I suspect we'll be seeing some departures in the near future. Get rid of a few, we can have some more in. Here's your registration. I mean, in my monitor that looks like G-turd, but I'm pretty sure that's not what it says. Blimey. Welcome to a blustery Bristol airport. This is Planecast. We're here every Friday, but we are doing a bonus today. If you haven't already, please press that like and subscribe button. You'll be doing great things for us and helping us to spread the word of this very, very, very new channel relatively. We are a tiny small fry compared to any of the other channels you might watch in terms of subscribers. Wonderful audience though, wonderful, wonderful audience. Next arrival for you. Just coming to the south of Yatton is Faro 737-800 I should say, Jet 2. I'm glad I haven't got shorts on. I've just seen the biggest bug on the floor here. I'm also hoping that doesn't climb in my backpack and come home with me, because that is a terrifying looking thing. I guess it's a beetle. I'll take a picture of that in a second. Pilot's just making light work of this crosswind today. I tell you now, this bug thing I've just seen, I do not want that coming home with me. Registration on this one for you. Yes. Alicante to Bristol with Ryanair is just to the northwest of Tiverton, so we'll be seeing that one soon. I mean, this is a busy airport now. You can see those two EasyJet tails around there. There's a fair bit of room in this area behind the bush here. If they're parked out in the middle, but I know those are probably not the ideal slots because they're bus loaders, aren't they? But yeah, you got your stuff there, It looks pretty busy to me for Bristol. I expect we'll be seeing some pushback soon. Thank you, NJet Videos, really appreciate the work. So we're still getting a glitching picture, are we? How often is that, Breeze? Is it just the odd one now, or is it as bad as it was on Friday? Because I'm seeing pictures and I'm not seeing it when I look, but I understand it's still happening. I would expect it to happen, by the way. I wouldn't be expecting our 4G provider, 4G in this case, provider to bring, to be able to hold a signal without the odd glitch, but let me know if it's serious. Ryanair on the pushback there, so we will be getting a departure next, or soon, I should say. It's an interesting direction that the Ryanair is pushing back. I imagine that's the only way that there's room, but I would have thought that that would have turned around the other way, and this is going on a 180. That must simply be a characteristic of that particular part of the apron up there, I guess. Felton Common busy today with the not the sound of police cars, as you might hear in the background there, but very busy with the sound of people enjoying themselves for a family walk, picnics, etc. So that's always nice to see. See if we've got time just to put the arrivals up for you again. Oh my goodness me, I'm just having an absolute nightmare now because I've just seen the Ryanair flight that's coming in. Unless that was the one that just came in from, oh yeah, the place name I learnt last time and I was meant to be able to say this week. I'm still working on it. Bedoska, wasn't it? Bridgeot, oh goodness, I don't know. I'd also like to say hello to you if you are on Twitch, Twitter or Facebook Live today. I cannot respond on the chat, I'm afraid, because I don't have that ability and that many hands, but if you want to come over to YouTube, youtube.com/@planecaster, press the subscribe button and click our live stream, then you'd be very welcome to watch us on there. I think it's better quality on YouTube as well. We're full 1080 on YouTube. 50 frames a second, etc. So come and watch us on there, come and have a chat, come and say hello. It would be great to hear from you. And if you don't want to chat and you're happy with what you're seeing, then stay where you are. But we thought we'd push it out, try and push it out to some other platforms. I haven't actually checked to see if it's working or not. It's all fairly new tech, so I need to be mindful of that. Let's have a quick look. I suppose we would be twitch.tv/planecaster, I think. Oh yes, we're live on there. Jolly good. And on Facebook, I think we're Planecaster 2023 because I'm an idiot. I managed to get the initial registration wrong. And we are on Twitter as Planecaster, so do feel free to follow us on any of those platforms. YouTube will be the main platform that we concentrate on, but we understand there are other platforms people prefer to use and it's more convenient, so it's very little work now after the work I've done this weekend to push this out to other channels, so that's always a handy thing, isn't it? Looks like the Alicante service will be turning on to final shortly. I think probably if the Ryanair here gets a move on, there'll be time for this service to get out. This is the Dublin service you're looking at. It's a 737-800, this one. Which about 95% of the time you're going to be right saying that, aren't you, with Ryanair? Brilliant, Breeze. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that feedback. It's I'm kind of almost hoping that the mobile signal does drop a bit and it recovers, so that I know that the recovery works, because what was happening last week is that the recovery mode that the encoder is meant to go into did not cope at all. So we've made quite a lot of changes. We've done some very calculated, complex calculations, well they are for me anyway, to do with things like max bandwidth and RTT and ping times and everything, and we've tried to sort of set it up scientifically right. I guess we'll find out. Alison, good afternoon from a windy Portishead. Well, good afternoon to you, Alison. I can assure you up on the common it's just as windy, as you've probably seen from our pictures here. You've got great sights of planes turning on, I guess. We've got an arrival coming in here now, actually, which is, this will be the Alicante service. It's sneaked in here quicker than I was expecting. Or is it? Or am I looking at something else? No, I'm looking at a light aircraft, aren't I? Sorry, I did think that Alicante was ahead of schedule somewhat. We'll watch this though, because it will be fun, I'm sure. Somebody earning their stripes today, let's face it, in this particular sort of wind. That is beautifully done. I'm no expert, but surely, if you were in charge of that, you would be very, very happy. Next inbound will be Ryanair Alicante, next outbound will be the Ryanair Dublin. Trying to work out which one's going first. The Ryanair does look like it might be, the Dublin does look like it might be up for it. Alison, is Portishead tourist central on a day like this? Or is it kind of tourist central anyway? Because I only drove in, drove out, and I haven't had the pleasure of spending any time in Portishead, and I'm told it's absolutely beautiful. And as I live in Cardiff, it's, you know, and before that lived in Bristol, it's kind of on my doorstep, so very little excuse. Right, let's get this takeoff. Let's get this takeoff. Dublin, 737-800 with Ryanair. Can't dwell on that one, I'm afraid, as we have the next Ryanair coming in now. Also looks like another departure heading up the runway now as well. So as we thought, quite a few of the planes that are in the airport are ready to go. So we'll see a succession of takeoffs and of course interspersed with some landings like this one. Busy around the marina, but loads of great walks and watching the planes coming over BRS. Well, we all share that love, don't we, Alison? Great stuff. I have to take a trip to Portishead for sure. See the correction of the crabbing there, well, not the correction, but the sort of manoeuvre they would do as they turn from the position that they approach into the position of the orientation of the runway. Beautifully done. A little roar of reverse thrust. Not sure if you can hear it on the mic. I've had to turn down our FX mic because of the severe amount of wind. So I thought Ryanair used to have their registrations there, but clearly not. Must be the other side now only. For you next is that's not actually, it's an arrival, sorry folks, they're sneaking in today again. They catch me a little bit unawares. Alison saying there, great views over to Wales and both Seven Bridges on a clear day. Yeah, absolutely. Well, we get some fantastic views of that entire coast from Wales. Ibiza to Bristol service you're seeing here on approach. This is Jet 2. 737-800, of course, for them. Well, I say of course, they do have other aircraft, but that's what this is. Not sure if we see the Airbuses from here, do we? I don't think I have, that's for sure. There's a little gust here, which maybe just caught them as well, as you probably just heard and saw. A couple waiting for takeoff there, you can see. One Boeing, one Airbus to come as this 7378 rolls out. That's another one that doesn't have the registration. Sorry, just got the light problem there. Chase ZBL. And in terms of, sorry for swinging the camera around a bit quick there on the zoom. Here's your Ryanair. Looks like a winglet model or a actual Max. Let's have a look. This is the 737-800 with the new winglets. This is off to Rocklaw. Another one on approach, so this will be a quick out and in, I think. Bleed now. Wind. Cannot dwell on that one, as we often say, because of this. That was quite a tight one, that one. Maybe see the effect of the crosswind a little bit more now on the approaches. Beautiful landing though. Incredibly hard to keep a sort of long shot there. Steady, it has to be said. So I think we're looking at the AG in here. And again, if there's already been a pop-up to that effect, I apologise, I don't see the pop-ups. They're all for the benefit of your good people at home. Or at work. Yeah, we could do with we could definitely do with things being a little bit dimmer, couldn't we? Sorry, let's just grab that. Reg for you there. Aegean, looking as beautiful as ever. Let me just see if we turn off this. There we are. And then maybe we can... That's better. Try and do some adjustments on the camera here. Sorry for that swinging around there. Where it does that, that's part of the image stabilisation that we absolutely need on today, but it does do some crazy little things sometimes. Just looks smooth as butter, doesn't it? From the way the planes are moving around. Anyway, another approach for you. Whoops. Come on now, wind, give us a break, come on. Nice shot, Doris Pet says, thank you very much, Doris. And Alison Tidy, typical, they're not coming in over me today, must be the gusts. Oh right, okay. Do you think the wind is affecting the kind of the orientation, is it? That's interesting, isn't it? See some blowing around there, can't you? Do you know, that little float there, I thought perhaps for a second we were going to have our first go around here at Planecaster, but absolutely no need. Absolutely no need. I'm just sort of experimenting with the light kind of balance at the moment, folks, so I wonder if I need to bung that back on. Crikey. X-ray. That's a nice shot of the Aviation as well, isn't it? Another takeoff for you very shortly. This departure you're looking at now is an A320. It is currently marked as no destination on the radar box app. I don't know if this is a positioning flight, or it may just be a temporary glitch which corrects itself. Thanks. Hello ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? It's a little bit of light aviation for you. Oof. Oh, blimey. that will look a lot worse than it is, of course, from this distance on such a tiny plane catching the wind, but blimey. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Danny. Welcome to Planecaster. You are at a very blustery Bristol airport, as you can no doubt see. I don't need to tell you, and I'm sure you can hear it as well. Actually, let's leave that on there. A few facts and figures for you today. The weather here, sunny, wind direction 050 and 18 knots, 6.21 miles visibility, which is normally the maximum I think they show. The sky is clear. It's not strictly true, but it's clear enough, I would imagine, from the point of view of aviation. We're at Bristol Airport every Friday normally, and we will be this Friday, but today this is a bonus show on the Bank Holiday Monday. I hope your Bank Holiday Monday is going great and you're enjoying yourself, whatever you're doing. But also thank you for choosing us today. I know you have lots of choice, and thank you for coming with us to watch what's going on here at Bristol Airport. Absolute pleasure to have your company. See if we can just bring you some information for a moment while we have a second. What a blowy wind. So from my point of view, just looking at the pictures on and off, on the delay obviously, I'm not seeing it that it looks too bad. I'm not seeing too much breakup. Let me know if you're experiencing anything any different. I do need to, once I get home, I will be monitoring and seeing what the quality is like, because we've had to make the usual kind of trade-offs, I should say. Now this information you're seeing, or the information you just saw in terms of the arrivals, only relates to planes that have taken off. So you won't see that information unless the flight is actually live. So for domestic services and stuff like that, in particular, or short hops, you won't necessarily see it on this list, even though it's obviously scheduled to happen and will be on that list. Again, we have full access to all the type of data we need. It's just a case of working out how best to use it. So I'm looking to improve those screens and bring much better information. But it's just a case of one step at a time, concentrating the basics, especially after Friday's shenanigans with the video, which was an absolute nightmare. By the way, if you did want to watch Friday's show, it is now up as a complete video. We do record entire show on SD card in great quality without any messing around. So if you want to watch that, you can do. You'll just find that on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/@Planecaster for those of you joining us on other platforms. And if you are on Twitch, on Twitter or Facebook Live today, hello to you. Thank you for joining us. It's great to have you here. The main kind of activity of what we do is on YouTube, but we're pushing this out as well, just to bring Planecaster to a wider audience. We won't see your chat messages though, not until after the stream anyway, so apologies if we're not answering you in there. It's just that we're not seeing the messages. So if you want to come across to YouTube, it's youtube.com/@Planecaster, or just search Planecaster. And come and join the live stream there. We'll see your chat messages and it will be wonderful to speak to you. And as I always say, if you haven't yet done so, please do press that subscribe button and press the alert button, and then you'll find out when future shows are coming. It won't cost you anything. And if you press the like button as well, you'll be doing us a double favour today. So thank you very much in advance of that. Palma to Bristol with Jet 2 is just over the water, north of Minehead, or sorry, to the east of Minehead, and that will be probably our next arrival, looking at the various shots I'm seeing here, I think. The thing is, I am seeing a Belfast to Palma, which is just going over to the north of Bradley Stoke at the moment, and that's an A20N, A320 Neo, and that does not look like it's in the right place, obviously. So, I mean, that's come from Palma, so yeah, I don't know if we're looking at a mislabeled thing here and it's coming into Bristol. Certainly the height looks like it could be on profile for coming into Bristol. We shall see. Keep our eyes open anyway, we'll bring you all the action. Looks like we've got another departure coming up for you soon. Verging on slightly chilly today despite the heat, and that just shows you how cold that wind is. No sign of that bug. Wish I'd have got some footage of that, blimey. It's like a massive beetle, a very long beetle. Almost a bit cockroachish, but very, very black. Unlike cockroaches, are normally kind of multicoloured, aren't they? Belfast to Palma service is now out over Portishead. Looks like it's got an altitude of about 5,500, so it could well be coming in here. Alison, I'm not sure if you're seeing any of that action. Let us know. Oh, 22846 Catania coming over. Perhaps we've got a labelling problem today. Love Aviation. Hi Danny and viewers, hope you're all having a great day. Hello Love Aviation, one of our fantastic moderators. Welcome Love Aviation, I hope your day is going well. Can't beat a bank holiday, can you? I know not everybody benefits from bank holidays and some people have to work. I used to have to, but yeah, can't beat a bank holiday. That's it now, till August, isn't it? I'm feeling a bit hard done by. Okay. Right, let's have this bit of takeoff action for you. Staggering amount of wind. Lovely stuff. there. Definitely got a bit of a woggle going on here. Before the next one comes in, with your permission folks, I'm just going to sort out the woggle. It may be that I can't deal with it, but we'll see. That's better. It's about there. It does help if less parts or as few parts as possible if the camera is shaking. Got an arrival in the distance now, just finding it with the camera. There we are. Another one turning onto approach behind, which you can just see there, which is always an epic shot. Oh, that is fantastic, isn't it? Look at that. That's not something we've really seen much of yet on Planecaster, but that is pretty impressive. I think it's possible that some of our data may not be up to the usual standard today, so apologies if any of the pop-ups you're getting are not showing the correct information. It is very much in beta, which is a software developer's excuse for anything. But as I am the software developer, I get away with it. Tippy toe touchdown for the Jet 2 there. Do you know, it's all we can do to hold a camera straight in this wind, so it was a fine landing in the circumstances. Shining, but there you go, you can see that now. And let's catch that other arrival that was hot on the heels. So is anybody on the chat flying out of Bristol soon? Especially if it's on a Friday, because I would love to catch your flight. Breeze147 Super Shots, thank you very much, Breeze, much appreciated. Love Aviation has just got back from the car boot near Leeds and Bradford Airport. Chill out time now. Almost LHR. Hello from Germany, Mario Krukov. Welcome to the stream. I don't think I've seen your name before. Massive welcome to you. Thank you for joining us today. This is Bristol Airport in the UK, and you're very, very welcome. Yeah, so folks, let us know if you're coming out to, if you're flying out the airport or flying into the airport, or you've got friends or anybody or family, you know. We'd love to try and catch these shots for you. Tweak our times if we possibly can. I don't know if any of the other Bristol spotters are sort of on. Many are on at the moment with me, and maybe some will watch this on catch up. But I am flying out to Pisa in 2 weeks with EasyJet on Sunday. so the Sunday in 2 weeks' time, that would be amazing if anybody catches the takeoff of that. I'm back on the Wednesday about lunchtime. So apart from it being a little bit floaty for a couple of flights, nobody is looked particularly phased by it. This wind, it's. I know, of course, that's exactly what pilots train for, but it's going to be easier days than others. But this does not seem to be posing any problem whatsoever. Perhaps even the type of wind that some pilots might find a little bit sporting and enjoyable for sort of honing their skills. There we are. Windy and sun, perfect for spotting. You're absolutely right there, Mario. Welcome to our new subscribers, by the way. If you haven't done so already, do press that button, please, the subscribe button, if you like what you're seeing, and we'll make sure we bring you more of this great stuff. We are a very junior channel, as I'm sure you'll see from our number of subscribers, but I think we gained 5 more in the last hour or so, so welcome. It is just fantastic to have each and every one of you here. I do hope the bounce on the long shots isn't too distracting as the camera is being caught by the wind. Around in the skies above today. I'm really surprised. Normally get the chance to catch a few trails, but nothing that I've seen so far. Just flicking through a couple of apps on my phone, just checking a few things, and I've just seen the Five Guys app come up, and now I'm just incredibly hungry. Oh man, Five Guys make a good burger, don't they? This isn't advertising; it's just a observation. Oh, I could destroy a Five Guys burger right now. Blimey. Having said that, while it's quiet, I do have access to a banana, so I shall consume that. Sorry folks, just experiment with our sound levels there. in a second, folks. You won't miss anything, don't worry. The good news is I haven't lost the top of the camera, the dead cat muff thing. I haven't lost that since employing this magnificent new engineering solution of rubber banding it on. So that's good news, isn't it? Excuse me. Welcome number 423 in our list of subscribers, and I don't often get the names come through, otherwise I'd say hello to you personally, but welcome to Planecaster. This is Bristol Airport that you're looking at from Felton Common, and it's reasonably quiet this afternoon. We've had our moments, but we're having quite a few quiet spots. That's fine, give us a chance to catch our breath from this somewhat epic wind. I think that my little system that retrieves flight info has perhaps lost the plot a bit, so I'm just going to see if I can fix that. light action here. I'm afraid that came right over the top of me, as you can see from this angle. So I couldn't do that, I'm afraid, but I can. Golf Oscar November Echo Tango is that one. If you know your light aircraft based at Bristol. Whoops. I am still here, folks. I'm just trying to see if I can. I was about to say break something, which would probably be more accurate, but try and fix something. Don't worry, folks, you won't miss anything today. We're keeping our eye on the skies. Just seeing if I can fix something via a particularly convoluted method involving remote access and the dark arts of trying to access a desktop computer from a phone, which is painful at the best of times. Right. Well, it looks like that's all in order anyway. Right, okay, let's come out of that. Thanks for your chat and comments today, folks. Really appreciate it. Sorry it's a little bit quieter. We've got a little bit of a quiet spot here. I guess that's a bank holiday characteristic. I'm not sure, I'm entirely sure I'm trusting on my data today, but we do have an update on the arrival board now, so let's bring that up on your screen. When I say not trusting the data, that very much means not trusting my own coding. I know our friends at Radar Box are spot on with these sort of things. And we'll have a departure to bring you in a second as well from Ryanair. I haven't seen that bug anymore. That's kind of put the wind up me a little bit. I don't like bugs like that. The thing was an absolute monster. That's very much an English Bristol bug. If I end up taking that back to Cardiff, there'll be trouble. I'll be thrown out of Wales for introducing an invasive species. Right, another one on approach as well. So the airport is waking up again for us here, folks. I can't quite see what that is, but let's bring it to you anyway. It's of a certain size. We'll take that. The camera won't, but we will. Come on, folks. Looks KLM-y, doesn't it? From there. But it's not. It's a TUI, which of course is the same, similar colour. This is second 737 MAX 8 of the day that we will see, and it's coming in from Corfu. This aircraft you're looking at is just 4 years old. Looks like the flight time is just over 3 hours for, just under 3 hours, sorry. And Corfu Airport meant to have the most amazing landing. Never had the pleasure myself. Blimey, this thing's sliding around, isn't it? Sorry, folks. If you could see this tripod, it's an absolute beast of a tripod, but the weather is definitely playing havoc with this and others. Any others, I think, would be struggling in this particular wind and zooming this far. Let me try leaning on it, see if that helps. Put my substantial bulk on it. There we are. Probably is I'm getting blown around as well. Having a giraffe, man. Come on. So sorry, folks. It is a struggle to hold the camera in this wind at the minute. And yet, landing a 737 MAX 8 is no trouble whatsoever. I find it amazing. Absolutely amazing. Right. Just capture this for you, and then I'm going to try and see if I can put any further adjustments on the camera, because it's quite a struggle. I'd like to bring you the best shots I can. There's various tensioning ability I've got on this particular tripod, so I'm just going to experiment a little bit with it here, and I think probably what I've just done should help. We can go up and down, that's fine. Right, there we are. Looks like we've got a departure to come. I don't know if that's waiting at the moment for their own purposes or waiting for something to come in. Either way, you won't miss it here at Planecaster. We will catch you all the action. There is a plane potentially in the area on arrival, but I can't see if it's coming into us. It's very low on information. The outbound that you're seeing up there is to Canada. Yeah, so I think we'll see that make its way out now, actually. Yeah, that does appear to be the case, in fact. BY6724 from Corfu, that was earlier. This one did fly over me and loop over the channel. They do sometimes do that little loop, don't they? If they're trying to either lose height or they're a little bit, you know, bit high on profile, whatever, or also if they're just trying to make up a gap in the traffic, in the pattern. Right, camera's been tightened up quite a bit now. Hopefully I can still see it shaking around, but we are on a particularly long shot there. That's a problem at the best of times. Got a beautiful trail coming straight for us in the opposite direction, very high up. If there's time, we'll catch that. Now, as far as that trail goes, I'm not sure I can get up there, can I? Go on. No. It's coming right over our head, so we'll catch it on the pass, folks. Second, I'm not sure if we can get this or not. There we are. That's the first serious kind of overhead we've seen, realistically. Oh. Right, where was I? I think I was showing you the arrivals board there. Hopefully you saw enough of that. Jet 2 on the move here, and this TUI, which I think might be the one that landed recently. Welcome to the channel, folks. If you're new to Planecaster, we're live at Bristol Airport and you'll find us here every Friday, but today is a bit of a bonus because it's bank holiday here in the UK. We are normally live around 11 o'clock to lunchtime-ish sort of time. There's that trail again, which might be easier to get from here. It's quite a way away now. A little respite from the wind just for a few seconds perhaps. We'll definitely take that. As the wind comes back. Upcoming Jet 2 departure for you next here at Planecaster. Please do press that subscribe button and press the alert button. It won't cost you anything, but you'll get free alerts, and of every time we're on, you'll know what's going on, and it's just something else you can watch on YouTube when it suits you, whether you watch us live or whether you watch us on catch-up. All the old live streams are available to watch anytime, entirely up to you when. It's a Kinthos now for the Jet 2 service. Zante. Lovely, lovely, lovely. What do you reckon? 4 hours? Nice evening arrival, early evening arrival, and then you'll just be having a few beers, a few mythoses, or mikoses, I can't remember what the beer's called now. It's been too long. To spin back, folks. I do apologise. We've got another arrival. Don't want to miss our propellers, do we? Don't see them very often. Light work of that. Unfortunately, not seeing too much of the livery on that. It looks fantastic. For any there, but I can't really. I can maybe see a bit more now, actually. There you go. Great stuff. Sierra 9 operations here at Bristol today. Easterly landings and takeoffs, which is why we've got the long shot today from our position here. I know occasionally we get asked, why don't you go up Winters Lane? Well, apart from the obvious now, Winters Lane is far less desirable a location because of the new fences that have been put in for the work. There are also reasons that just sort of filming through a fence doesn't really suit us, and unfortunately, or suit me, I should say. I don't have the equipment to kind of, like, I don't have a van I can stand on like some of the other streamers from the airport who bring you some amazing shots from that location. But if I was to do it, the location would be the actual output would look terrible. So through the fences. So we come down here, and a lot of the time it's westerly operations, and that's where we just get the most amazing shots coming right over our head in for landing. But 09s is a different story, and it's all about the takeoffs on 09s. Inbound is the Amsterdam service. It's an Embraer 175 today, and it is KLM, of course, operated by Cityhopper. We'll bring that to you in a second. Just crossing the M5 at the moment for, I was going to say for visual context, but actually I can't see it, so there's very little point me saying that, isn't there? There's something doing loops out there in the channel. I can't quite see what the details are of that particular plane. I'm not sure if you can see it, Alison, if you're still with us on the channel here. Right, just about see this now. KLM inbound. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it, folks, but it is challenging. It's quite variable in its blusteriness. Evidence that little float again that we've seen with other arrivals today. No problem for the Embraer though. that, I think. Phone is misbehaving today. Come on, behave yourself. There we are. That's better. Ryanair departure for you in the next 5 minutes or so. I'll just track this one in. And then, oh, an EasyJet as well. There we are. So, one Airbus, one Boeing departure to come very shortly here at Planecaster. It's kind of sporadic today, isn't it? Let's have a quick look on here, actually. Looks like Glasgow arrival will be in a couple of minutes, or 3 or 4 minutes. That's coming over the channel now. And then I'm wondering if we quite... Yeah, we're quite light on arrival, so what we'll do is we'll catch a few takeoffs and then we'll probably make our way on for today's stream, but we'll catch the inbounds, and I think at least a couple of these departures as well. Wherever you are, whoever you are, welcome to Bristol Airport and welcome to Plane Spotter today. My name's Danny. Live streams every Friday from here, and also this is a bonus one today. Probably not here for too much longer, as I think it quietens down quite a bit. But welcome. Press the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. It won't cost you anything, but you will be kept up to date then with our shows and our other videos that we post. And if you know anybody who would benefit from finding out, if you know anybody who loves aviation at Bristol Airport or anything like that, put them in touch with us. Sorry folks, can't see it behind the hedge, that's the problem. Let them know about Planecaster on YouTube. That would be great, thank you. Okay, EasyJet on the roll. Oh, now I've said roll, I feel hungry again. Ham roll, that'd be nice. This one is off to Berlin, folks. Lovely. We'll have a Ryanair departure for you in a moment, but first of all we have an arrival. There it is. It's like the wind is literally blowing the plane off, blowing the focus out. Explain that. Pilot's just doing an absolutely fantastic job today in what feels like, to me, slightly challenging situation, but perhaps that's just in relation to holding a camera, not flying a plane, who knows. But they've made, every pilot has made everything just look so smooth today. I'm not sure what it felt like on the plane, but in terms of what we're seeing here, absolutely fantastic work, and kudos as ever to all the various people involved in making a flight happen. Not only the pilots, cabin crew, engineers, air traffic control, the people at the airport who make all the logistics happen. What an amazing industry this is. And us streamers at the bottom of the food chain. We're in charge of appreciation, that's what we do. We appreciate the fine work. I always find about this much into the stream that the chat just goes quiet, even though it doesn't logically follow that it would just go quiet at this exact point into every stream, but it just, I've heard other people talk about this. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing. Anyway, if you're still with us today, hello to you. We've got another Ryanair departure to bring you now, then we'll have a quick look and see what's able to bring. At least one more departure I can see queuing. Ryanair taken off into beautiful, beautiful blue skies here at Feltham Common this afternoon. But it is, the blue skies are great, but the wind is also quite interesting. As you can probably see there. Looks like a Jet 2 waiting to go here. We have another arrival which I've completely missed. There's snuck up, I do apologise. That looked like a tiny little bounce there, but amazing as ever. Blimey. So sorry, folks. It's just staggering. It's a kind of like I don't know how to describe it. It feels like a punchy wind. You know, it's kind of It's not just something. You know, if something's blowing on you constantly, then you can adjust for it, can't you? But this wind is it's up down, up down. Blue of Tui is next, and this one here is off to Heraklion, and it's a regular 737-800 with the those nice looking winglets as well. Expect a good racket from this one taken off if it's got a good load on it. Folks, by the way, if you are tuning in on other social media channels, you might find us today on Twitch, on Twitter and Facebook Live. We are not seeing your messages, or at least I won't see them until I review them later on when I get home. So if you do want to contribute to the chat and get involved, please feel free to do so. We're over on YouTube. That's our main streaming platform. So if you want to come over to youtube.com/@planecaster, press like and subscribe. And we can then, your chat messages will appear where I can see them and respond to them. Apologies, it has to be that way. I don't have the tech yet to amalgamate all the chats. this Aegean departure for you in a moment. Jet to Bristol to Antalya is next. That's Golf Juliet Zulu Hotel Lima is the 737 MAX 8 that will be doing that particular trip. The Athens service you're watching there is of course a Neo. And Bristol to, I mean, the Bristol bit's implicit, isn't it? The Paris-Orly service from EasyJet is the third out of these three that you'll see departing today. So it's all about departures for the next few minutes or so. Alison, still here. NJet videos. I live about 15 miles south and get the flyovers all the time. Fantastic, NJet. And Alison, yeah, still here, just enjoying the stream. It's interesting. It's a real characteristic where the streams go quiet after a certain amount of time. It's I don't know if it's perhaps because we're not being then introduced to new people on the YouTube feeds after a certain while. Anyway, let's enjoy this Jet 2 takeoff to Antalya. I don't know if you can hear that noise. It's I think it's birds scaring sirens. It's a funny old noise. It sounds like a wibbly wobbly siren. Aegean next for you, off to Athens. Or back to Athens, I should say. That must be very light today because that is going up like a rocket. It certainly didn't sound like it was making much effort. Anyway, that's your Aegean service. I would have loved to catch the whole lot of that, but the angle that the tripod and the camera will go didn't quite work for that, I'm afraid. I do apologise. this one's off to Paris via the end of the runway and then over our heads. This one's a Neo, by the way. Hopefully you can hear the wibbly wobbly siren now. Well, every now and again anyway. It's a great noise, isn't it? This one will be the first of two services to France. This is Nice, the next one will be Paris. Sorry, this is Paris, the next one will be Nice. And I can see another one that looks like it will be on its way somewhere in a moment as well. So maybe another two or three takeoffs for you anyway, before we disappear today. Good afternoon, folks. We are Planecaster. This is the Planecaster YouTube channel. My name is Danny. I am your host every week on a Friday. We get here around 11:30 and take you through, or maybe 11:30, take you through until maybe 3 o'clock every week here at Bristol Airport. Do join me, and if you want to know when we're broadcasting next, if you press the make sure you've subscribed to the channel. It's free of charge, and just press the like button, and you'll also then find the alert button. If you click that, that will make the notifications come for you, so when we're online you'll get beeped, either via your app or via email, depending on how you set it up, I think. All I know is it works and you should do it. A EasyJet triple now, my friends. Can't be bad. I can only tell you where two of them are going to, though. The other one's not on the radar from what I can see. There's number one. There's number two. And there's number three. Anyway, let's deal with them in order. So we've got another great flyover as well. Not sure if we'll get time to pan the camera around or not, but we'll have a look. Finally, this camera monitor has actually used up some battery. It's been 100% since I got it. That's a very, very high one, so I had to pan out again. Sorry, folks. I do try and get them close if I can, but it needs to be the shallower takeoffs, really. So that was Paris. The next one will be Nice. And then the Isle of Greece. That is not at all true. I just wanted to say that because it's the lyrics from the song, isn't it? Very small aircraft just on approach, which is why these folks are waiting. I couldn't see it at all until the last minute, I'm afraid. Ugh. This one has come from Bournemouth. This is your next departure with EasyJet out of the little triple we've got for you here. And this one's off to Nice. Oh, blimey, look. Sorry I didn't catch it earlier. It was a nice looking trail. Whoops. Right, folks. This, I think, unless there's any other inbound that I'm not aware of and I haven't spotted yet, will be our last trick of the day, I think. I hope you've enjoyed everything this afternoon. Be back on Friday. Hopefully the weather is still going to be glorious. That might be a wish too far, really. This one's off to Antalya as well. That's the Jet 2 one that we saw earlier. Regular A320 CEO on this one. things. Wind is playing absolute havoc. Right, easy jet on the roll. Right, folks. Oh, blimey. Zoom out, not that big. Jump in the stinger nettles. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate you joining us today. We are back on